Dear diarrhea, diary full of shit. Just plowing me, myself, and I, and no one else. Yo, I'm so legit. I deleted that video. I'm mean. I'm a mean person. I just need love in my life, I think must be the thing. I meant what I said, though, fucko. You're welcome, you dumb shit moron. Um, I mean, I guess no harm, no foul. Because like I said, I'm your unobtainable crush. And, I do these YouTube videos, I do it for the glory and I do it for the respect and the admiration. It's my desperate, pitiful attempt at, validation and all that. I have 179 subbies. Had an uptick there or whatever. So, whatever. That's kind of fucked up, if it's like legitimate. And I mean, I'm kind of thinking it almost has to be. Do you have 15 separate accounts, fucko? I don't know. Maybe you do. And maybe you keep track of them. Maybe they're just dead. That's kind of risky, though, if you've got information out there that's linked to you that you don't use, just sort of floating out there. People can, get a hold of that and do stuff with it that maybe is not beneficial to you. So, just saying. But so Katie Boo, I've said mean shit while drunk about her ASMR videos, which really is kind of shitty because she really does love ASMR. It is her life, which is sad, but whatever. Technically, I've got a sad life. I'm not a sad boy. I guess I'm delusional. I'm content when I should be. In fact, I've said that before. It's like, yeah, it's good and it's bad. Because technically, I'm a boring guy, and this, that, and the other. I'm not living my best life now at all. But, and, I'm just going to ride it out. You know what I mean? I know what the rest of my life looks like. And it's just kind of what I was born to do. So, just sit by and watch the world go by. I'm currently unemployed. Boy, that sounds pathetic. For anybody just tuning in, wow. Yeah. My former boss is a jackass. Both of them were. But, because I was trying to set up the stuff with the DMV and whatnot. And he figured, no doubt, he thought I was looking for a different job. And I had to ask him, because we didn't get breaks or a lunch, so. God forbid you got to make a doctor's appointment or something, Hey, boss, I got to step away from the fucking machine for a bit. Blah, 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 fucking. Yeah, fuck that job, man. I don't miss it. But hopefully within the next week or two, if I could stop, drinking and keep prolonging my unemployment, But so yeah, Katie Boo, you got some sort of a appointment coming up that you're anxious over? A lobotomy, perhaps? I was going to say, did you, lure your fat friend, Fatty McFatfuck, up to the top of a hill with promise of food and push her down yet? But and you'd need to recruit, a bunch of people. You might need to, Maybe get the Mad Russian. You know, she's got some girth to her. But plus she's a Russian, and Russians are a hardy people. Did I tell that story? I know I have. That one time this is a long time ago, probably like 10, 12 years ago. This guy walks up to me, he's all, and I was like, come again? He's like, you're Russian, right? So apparently Russians have a look, and I'm it. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, Russians are hardcore. They used to have vines, as they called them, on YouTube. This guy, a bear was like rummaging through his garbage, and he walks out of his trailer, you know, wielding a tire iron and chases off the bear. Fucking Russians, man. Like, and during WW2, they had massive losses, you know, but there's story after story after story of, you know, one single guy, you know, who takes out an entire regiment of Z Germans with a fucking fork. You know? Yeah. And I know that to be true because I've seen people like at truck stops, and it's like, I bet you that guy talks like this. Hey, you a truck driver. So, yeah, that's happened at least twice. So apparently there is something to that. So, that guy's black, that guy's Chinese, that guy's Indian, that guy's Native American, the other Indian, the OG Indians, and that guy's Russian. Oh, and that girl right there, the one with the tits, she's Jewish. So she says. No, I believe her. It's just I wouldn't know. Because, you know, usually the distinguishing feature is the nose. I'm just saying, you know, it is what it is. Don't hit me with that shit. But she's got like a regular nose. And her mom has a regular nose. And her dad has a regular nose. So, anyway. Does she have the accent? Is she real good with money? So. Is her last name... What is her last name? Oh. I don't know. I don't think I know it. She doesn't make it public, or I forgot. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so I'm your unobtainable crush. Fucko. I guess no harm, no foul. And in the back of your mind, there's always going to be kind of that, you know, well, it could work. Like even, you know, when you're too old to have kids. Which you've got some time. I mean, I don't think menopause or whatever it's called, it's with an M, not meta, but mena. I don't think that actually hits until like a broad's in her 40s. But But when she's in her 30s, the chances of the kid being born, with Down syndrome or on the spectrum, or whatever, increases. That's why I'm surprised Mrs. Butthead hasn't had kids yet. Soon, very soon. And then she's off the list because then it's just weird. But right now, she's still on the list, just out of sheer, curiosity. But it's because she's living her best life now. She can still, do the boat thing and the hiking thing. It's just she's going to have one of them baby carriers. And she'll carry the baby, because she's Mama Bear. And then halfway through, she'll switch and have Papa Bear carry the baby. Like with one of those, you know what I'm saying? It's like a strap that you wear. And you plop the baby down in there. So she'll be wearing the baby. The Greek god will be carrying, the baby kit, diapers, formula, baby wipes, shit like that. Because baby humans are completely and utterly helpless. I mean, they can't move. I think humans are the only, babies that just absolutely are dependent for absolutely everything. For like the first, year of their life. I mean, they can't feed themselves. They can't do anything. They can't move. So they can kick their little feeties around, in their little arms, but that's it. So anyway, but neither one of them, like I said, but she better hurry the fuck up, because I think she's like 32-ish, maybe, baby? 32? And I don't know if they want one kid or two, or maybe she's delusional and she thinks she wants 4 or some shit like that. Kids cost money, too. I don't know what the Gweed does for a living. I don't think Mrs. Butthead is, walking around with money rolls in her pocket. OG style. I keep my money in a rubber band. Or crumple it up. I don't know what that is, that channel that I shouted out, that gas station attendant with the red counter. What the hell's wrong with those people? Is that legit? You need to respect your money, man. That's like basic, make sure it's in order and it's, kind of like Jordan Peterson, how he would say, make your bed in the morning, and it's like, yeah, I could give a fuck about making my bed in the morning, but man, this has value, shithead, loser. As my future bestie Cool Breeze would say, it's like you traded your time for this wadded up 10 that you just threw on the counter. Shit. But that's just me. It's just like, you're stupid. It's only money. It's what? But like I said, I keep, $100 in my wallet, but I don't spend paper money. I use my credit card. And you earn points and all that stuff, But yeah, Katie Boo, I kind of skipped over that. You know, your fat friend, I think you know, she's real good at self-talk. You know, no shit. She looks at herself in the mirror every morning, you know, like, you're good enough, you're smart enough, you have a bubbly, friendly, outgoing personality. Yes, you're a little bit chubby, but that's okay. Your face is wider than it is tall, but that's okay. You're jolly. People love you. You have people in your life that care about you and want to know you. Like I said, I just need love in my life. You're going to fix me, Katie Boo. Oh, sweet girl. So, like I said, I'm just a coward behind an iPhone. I would never be that mean to you or anybody in real life. So, I get drunk and, you know, it's pathetic. Now, like I said, you're welcome, fucko. Okay, let's get that squared away. I'm not going to apologize. That's just how I talk at you. Mean and abusive. So, you got that thing coming up, you know, and I think that's legit with you. You know, you need to get your minds right. So you'll have the most delusional, in denial, should hate themselves, but doesn't, positive talk, you know, person, and you get an ASMR video out of it, but it's legit at the same time. So I guess maybe you shouldn't lure her to the top of a hill with cupcakes and then push her down. Why would you do that? I'll just put her out of her misery. Deep down, she hates herself. If she doesn't, she should. So, and you just sort of keep her around, just because, you're just nice. So, and like I said, she's real good at that self-talk. So, if she could look at herself in the mirror, and be happy and jolly like that, she can probably help someone like you out very much good like. So, I don't know if you got a man in your life, to do that. So, because it sounds like you're kind of a hot mess, you're neurotic and whatnot. Maybe not. I mean, that's probably why you don't have a man. You're not married, because a girl like you could have anybody you wanted. So, you really could. But you don't. Anyway. Could be worse. You could be hibbery-dibbery. Talk about denial and delusional. There's a hot mess.